Yo, good morning, guys. Happy Friday. The weekend is here and it's a long weekend. Friday, the market is closed. I imagine we should see a little bit lack of attendance today. Friday, going into a long weekend like that, generally starts to happen. But happy to see you guys on here, ready to rock and roll. Let me pop out this chat here, chat box, so that I can see you guys when you type. And let's send out a quick tweet, let everybody know we're live and ready to rock and roll here this morning. And also post over on the Discord. Let everybody know to start coming on over here. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, remember, do me a quick solid, hit that like button. Helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. I'm going to send out a quick tweet here. Watch list has been sent out, guys. We're watching SPY, Alphabet, Tesla, IBIO, and of course, ES. Go, what's up? Let's go, let's make that money. All right, so let's see where we're at here. Okay. Perfect. All right, guys. Where did my watch list go? There we go. Okay, got it. Okay, so SPY. Very simple, straightforward for me today. You guys remember this 408 zone here, between 408 to 408.50 area. We've talked about it for what seems like an eternity now. Previous level of support back here. Turned resistance right in here. Oh, wait, you're not seeing that same chart. Hold up. What am I doing? Boom, there we go. Okay, so support back here. Turned resistance in here. Then what? It became, whoops. It became a level of support. Why doesn't this arrow cooperate? It became an arrow of support. An area of support, right? Now yesterday we finally cracked it. We cracked it, and here is the important part of everything. We cracked it because Bernard came out, said, right, a Fed member came out, said 50 basis point is still on the table because what? Inflation is still running hot and the job market is crazy hot. So we need to slow things down here. That came out. He said it. We had this gargantuan dump fest right to 408. I was watching and waiting to see if we can crack that yesterday and then bounce back up into it, show resistance. I was going to swing trade some put options, but that didn't happen. And I sure as crap wasn't going to buy it in front of the 408 support. It's been such a huge support level. Look at that. So I was like, I'm going to wait for today. We bounce back up into that level. I'll look to short the ES, ride that sucker back down to this level here, 405. Maybe we can get down there and test 4,000 on the S&P. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if that comes or if it doesn't come, okay? We're going to give it some time and allow the trade to develop and basically come to us. Next on watch, Google, our Alphabet. We go over here to a daily chart. We're sitting right at a major support zone. Support here, support here. We broke underneath it, became temporary resistance, and it's been a support zone ever since. If this level can hold support, watch for bounces, but if this level here in 94.40s, 94.50 area cracks and becomes resistance, watching for drops that could take us back down here to the mid-92s. All right, watching that on Alphabet. Then we got Tesla. Tesla sitting at that $200 level. That's been a pretty strong level of support recently. If we can break underneath that, then watching for a possible multi-day drop into this 100-day moving average 182 zone. But if we do hold it, you can definitely watch for bounces on Tesla. And then last but not least, small cap on watch here, IBIO. This one's not looking that good anymore. It was looking a little bit better earlier, but if it can hold right around here, this 146, 150 zone, right? So call it 145. If it can hold that general area, you got the 100-day moving average there. You have this previous resistance here. You have this previous support back here, right? If it can hold this level of support, you could see bounces that could take it into $2, which is a previous level of support that now could become resistance. All right, guys. That's the watch list this morning, and that's the reason why we had that dump fest yesterday. It was Bernard when he came out and made those statements, because the reality is that the market's not paying attention. Jerome clearly said, if we have hot inflation, if we have hot jobs numbers, then we're probably going to have to move the federal funds rate. I mean, he said it. He is clear as day. I don't understand why the market keeps on moving, but we trade the charts and setups as they come, and we wait for this reversal to start to take place, which it's looking like it might start taking place now. I was hoping it would take place a little bit later, but it's taking its time here, and you know, it might be a little minute before we get that full on dump fest on the SPY, but we'll see. We'll see how it all goes today. All right, you got my levels. You know what I'm watching for. Let's see if we can get any bounce backs into that 408 zone, show resistance, and then maybe we can get a turnaround. Yo, Dan, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. All right, guys, there's the bell. Good luck out there. Let's see how it goes today. Remember, guys, any questions, don't hesitate. Just throw them out in chat there. Be happy to answer them. The support zone on the SPY would be this 405 level. You can see here, right there. I'm hoping we don't get all the way down there just now. Otherwise, it's going to be a really tough day. I'm hoping we could just start to bounce back up into this 408 level, show resistance there. Nice, Dan. Congrats. What did you catch? What did you get yesterday? I got you back to the green. That's awesome. Nice. Good stuff, man. Congratulations. Way to fight back. And way to wait for a setup. Nice, Dan. Hey, man. Way to make good use of it. Way to make good use of the time for sure. All right, there we go. We're getting that little bit of a reversal here after violating that 406 zone on the SPY. Look at that candle. Let's see if we get a bounce back up in here. We start to reject these 408s, man. That would be sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, guys, so we had the ES make a quick move there into 4083. It's struggling coming on back down. You had the SPY make that push up there. I hope it could have some more, oomph behind it and push further. They're too close to this support zone at 405. We could probably maybe get a little scalp on the way down, but like I rather wish we would have opened up like here and then done like a quick, boom, boom, right? Like a quick move into 408 like that and then rejected it. Maybe done something like this, maybe, some double top action and then got in that right back down to the lows and crack them. So we'll see. And then that could have sent us to 405. We could have caught a nice trade from 407.50 to 405, for a first take. Yo, guys, thank you for hitting the like button. Really helps out tremendously. All right, so that little weak bounce on the SPY here back into that 407. Maybe that's as much as we get. We'll see. Definitely want to be patient this morning. Wait for a good setup. Guys, any questions, don't hesitate. Throw them up in chat. Or if you have a chart you want me to look at for you, go ahead and put it out there. No, Dan, no, none. Stocks, options, futures, crypto. Oh, and real estate. So we got the SPY back under VWAP here. If the ES stays under 4080, definitely has opportunity there for a little bit more downside. Just wish we would have had a cleaner setup so far. So far, it's not the cleanest stuff going on. Nothing is really safe. I mean, as a long-term investment, sure. But remember, the safer the long-term investment, the more opportunity cost, if you will, you have, you know? I mean, you could put money in a CD, right? And make, I don't know, 3%, 4%, 5. I don't know. I don't know what current CD rates are. All right, so now we're testing the lows there, maybe cracking the lows. There you go, new lows on the SPY. A very weak bounce, a lot of weakness here. I'll wait for a setup, see if we can maybe extend further, bounce back into resistance. The 60-minute chart on the ES isn't all that right now. Let me show you it real quick. There you go. So you have a lot of resistance here in this 40-80 area. Previous support zone before that big run up. But I kind of missed the entry there. Would have been good for a 10-point scalps. Well, give or take probably 7 points. We'll see what happens when we get down here. I mean, let's go to a 15-minute chart. Maybe we can find some support here and give a little bounce back. That can give some sort of setup. This is a little bit of a bounce area on the 15-minute chart. We've had some temporary bounce right here at this 40-70 zone, 40-69, 40-70 zone. You can see here where I put these crosshairs. You can see a bunch of wicks into it on that 15-minute chart. If that cracks, then I really do think you probably just fade it all the way down here to the low 40-60s. But really hoping we can get a bounce back that's shortable. All right, guys, remember, any questions, throw them up in chat. I'm going to wait and see if we can get some bounce backs here that can become short opportunities. So we're going to get a little bounce here off of 40.05.50. 405.50 on the SPY. Remember that 405 zone that we're creeping towards has been a big level of support in the past. So got to keep eyes on that. We don't want to get caught short in front of major support either. How long did it take you to become consistently profitable? About 2 years. 2 years, 2 years and a half, something like that. You know, and it wasn't like from one day to the next. There's plenty of trial and error in there. I'll take a look at IBIO. That one was on the watch list. Let's go take a quick peek at that one. Switch on over here real quick so we can see this equities chart. Yeah, I was not doing much right now other than bear flagging a little bit. Watch that bear flag situation there. Got a little bit of a bear flag on IBIO. You know, it could fade down here a little bit. Now that it's cracked that support, you could fade some. It's really testing it. It needs to hold 145 area. If it can't hold that, then watch for that thing to possibly implode on itself some. SPY hoping for more than just one wick into VWAP. That's ridiculous, especially on such a shallow little drop. Brawl Stars, how low will we go if we break support on the SPY? Bigger picture? All right, I like that. We'll visit that question a little bit later because that's going to require some more charting here. Do you use scanners to build your watch list? Yes, absolutely. Of course I do. I use trade idea scanners. to build out my watch list. They actually have 25% off code right now for President's Day. So if you're interested in that, I believe they are absolutely hands down the best stock scanners available right now, especially for retail traders. They're not even that expensive. So no real bounce back. We're just getting this straight down move. If you were quick enough to have grabbed that, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more than that. Then nice job. What I'm going to do here, you see this support zone on the SPY. I'm going to wait for that support zone to get tested and see, because we're there. We're a stone's throw away. I want to see if we can bounce off that level, get back up in here, and reject. You know, maybe we can get that 9 EMA VWAP cross to the downside. I think that could set us up for a nice trade because the ES is fast approaching that low 4060s. Those low 4060s were a bounce zone, okay? Let me show you real quick here on the ES chart. Here's those 4060s. You can see how it was a bounce zone. I'll put one of these blue lines right there for you. See this little channel? Let's see what happens when we get down there. I'm not looking to go long. I'm looking for a shortable bounce. So yeah, Bus North, I use the Trade Idea scanners. Link there in chat with their 25% off that they have going on now for President's Day. Canali, yes, the market is closed Monday, President's Day. So this is a long weekend. Today, you know, what I envision is maybe a lack of volume later this afternoon, especially as we start to progress into lunchtimes, as traders start to take advantage of the long weekend that's ahead of us. So market is closed on Monday. We will not be streaming Monday morning, obviously. Dan, the Trade Idea scanners are for stocks. You don't really need scanners for futures. I mean, unless you're typically futures traders, they stay within 1 or 2 contracts. You know, you might have somebody maximum 3, right? So they'll trade the ES, they'll trade the NASDAQ, so the NQs, and then they'll trade oil. Maybe they'll trade those 3. But for the most part, they typically, like me, stick to the S&P, or they stick to the NASDAQ, or they stick to oil and other commodities. So yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Bonds market's closed too. It doesn't open until Tuesday. Dagger, what do I do for fun? We're getting that bounce back here. I watch bounces on the ES for fun. Not really. I do that for work. I do fishing, man. I go fishing. I have a house down in the Florida Keys on the water. My boat sits there on a boat lift right in the backyard. Freaking love it. And I go fishing. Right now the house is rented. So if anybody's ever interested, I do rent it out in the wintertime. It's always available in the wintertime. Right now it's rented. April is open. If anybody's interested in renting it in April, it is open. I'll post a link in chat if you guys want. And you can go check it out. April is available for booking. So I go fishing. I also like to go to the range as well. Oh my god, man, are we gonna get a shortable bounce today or what? So that's what I do for fun. Bill G Hack says, can't wait for Tuesday. Not gonna lie, man, I'm looking forward to a long weekend, but I also cannot wait for Tuesday. The King, I've seen some. I've never gone up there to wherever it is, but you could see it from down here. I've been on the boat, and I've been on other boats that I've chartered as well. I'm on my way to places like the Dry Tortugas to go fishing or multi-day trips. I love those. We go fishing for like 3 days. You stay on the boat, and I've seen those rocket launches while I'm out there. It's crazy, and we're so far. We're so far, like hours away from wherever that is, wherever the rockets launch. So I think somewhere up there in Port Canaveral, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And you get to see it like out, and you look at the sky and you see this weird thing. It's crazy. Looks super cool. You're looking to buy down where in the Keys? Dude, the prices are insane. Oh, guys, no bounce back. This has been such a difficult week for the person that trades patterns and setups. Like, if you chase momentum, you have had moments where you could have gotten lucky on momentum chases. Good Lord. South Miami? Yeah, man. You're looking at, depending what you want to buy, down here, you're looking at least half a million for like a 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. Yeah. Cape Canaveral. There we go, King. Yeah. In South Florida, guys, especially specifically South Miami, if you want like a 4 bedroom, anywhere from a 3.2 to a 4.2 house, you're looking at least 500,000. If you want it to be on a little bit of land, like at least half an acre, you're looking at 700,000. You know, if the house has a really nice carport in the front, like with a nice circular driveway, you're at 750, 800,000. It's crazy. Like, I understand, like, for example, I bought my house in the Keys for 440. Completely remodeled the thing. Looks amazing. It's on the water. The thing's worth $1 million now. I feel like that's too much, but hey, I ain't complaining because I own it, right? But even then, I can at least understand that property, those areas, the Florida Keys, you're on the water, like my boat's there. You could see it in the picture I sent you guys. I understand, right? Because it's tropical, it's vacation area, right? I get it. Very limited amount of properties because, well, it's an island. So there's only so much space. So I understand. But like in the rest of like Miami, like South Miami, dude, what? Come on now. As I'm actually, yesterday I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's another real estate investor. He's got more properties than I do for sure. And we were talking about this because we're both hunting for a deal. And we were talking about this and we were like, bro, it's ridiculous. The prices are insane. I sent him yesterday the equivalent of a trap house. And they wanted $230 something thousand. The whole thing needed rehab. Needed a whole new roof. You needed new windows. Inside needed to be gutted. It's like insane. I think it was like and it was a little, like a small 3.2. Guys, so we're under that 405 level. I'm waiting for a shortable bounce, and I'm not getting it. Yeah, but even in California, it's all relative. In California, a 500, like here, with $600,000, you get yourself a pretty nice house. In California, with $600,000, specifically Los Angeles, you're gonna get yourself a trap house. Yo, Mike, what's up? What's up? Just sitting here watching and waiting for a bounce back that I can get short this market. Incredible. The straight down move this morning, guys. Straight down move. Watching now to see if we can get any bounce backs into 4062 to 4065 zone on the ES. That can maybe provide a short setup. It's not sustainable, but we're not going to see no 2008 crashes on real estate prices. I don't think it's happening. Um, so when I find a good deal, I'm going to buy it and just add it to the rental portfolio. I mean, the goal is to have enough rental properties to where that monthly life expenses, we're talking about my home's mortgage, food, necessities, right? What you need, those kind of car insurance, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like what you need to live is covered. Once that's covered, and I understand everybody's definition of financial freedom is different. Once that's covered, to me, I'm financially free, especially when I could just sell one of the properties like the Keys one and basically retire. Because it's all about how much money you spend. It's all about your living expenses. Keep those low enough, right? You're good to go. I don't need to have a honestly, I don't need to go buy a Lambo. I don't need to go buy a Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? What I need is almost basically what I do now is like I do what I do because I want to do it. No, Dan, I have a house. That house I posted, that's mine. That's my Keys house. That one there, you see my boat in the picture and everything. It's right there on the dock on the boat lift. I love that boat lift. Guys, I'm going to sit here and I'm seriously going to wait for the bounce back. Once I get a bounce back here that allows me to get short this market, I'm going to get short. Probably looking at about 40.65 on the ES or so. I might scale into it little by little. So we'll see. All right, let's get that bounce back. Come on. Let's not just trade sideways down here in front of the lows. Let's get a bounce back. Guys, the ES, if you go to a daily chart, you're bouncing right in front. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you're bouncing right in front of a daily support zone. So be mindful of that. If you were short from earlier, this is definitely a zone to cover some, right? Just be mindful of that there on the daily chart. How you doing, Mike? Looking forward to the weekend? Let's see if we can get this bounce back here on the ES. Oh, guys, before I forget, I almost forgot. I can't believe this. Let me grab this from Jonah real quick. All right. Once he sends it to me, I'll get it over to you guys. All right, we're trying to get a little bounce back here. It's good. This is what we want to see. But we want it to be a little bit stronger than this. All right, so we're getting that SPY testing that 405 zone. We're getting the ES over 40.65. ES is bouncing a little bit more than I would have wanted to, but I'm not surprised. I mean, we've gone straight down. All right, brother. Take care. See you later. And if we don't see you later, have a good weekend. All right, so we're getting that SPY right back into that VWAP zone. Remember, this was a daily level that we jumped off of on the ES. The volume on this bounce back has been diminishing, which is a sign of weakness. Let's see what happens here. It's a really, really weak bounce back. Let's see if we can continue it being weak. All right, let's see what happens, guys. We're testing this level thoroughly. If the SPY gets back over 40.50, then it's just going to be a chop fest and it'll be annoying. And another choppy morning will ensue. At least that's what my thoughts are on it so far. But if we can reject this level on this weak volume bounce back, then maybe we can get ourselves a nice little trade cooking. You know? That's looking like it wants to just keep going further. Wow. That's quite the bounce back, to be honest. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Mike, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The chop is just really bad. It's been really, really bad for at least 2 weeks now. I remember in January, bro. In January was freaking awesome. It was like $1,000 day after $1,000 day. I mean, like small days were like $600. It was freaking killer. And February so far, the first 2 weeks of February has been nothing but a chop fest. Small days, like yesterday was a couple $100. Just Really, really choppy, man. I feel like I haven't done much in February, but the reality is, at least I'm sticking to the plans and not hurting myself. So far, this bounce back is taking us back up higher than I expected. Now we're in the middle of this little channel. Remember this channel from previously? We're in the middle of it. You know, smack dab in the middle of it. It's really, really just annoying action now. Looking like it wants to go higher, to be honest. Maybe you test 4080s. A little bit of a V shape. Have you guys, anybody here ever traded OTC stocks? Has anyone on here ever traded OTC stocks? Like literally looking at the chart for an OTC? Those of you who don't know OTC, that's over the counter pink sheets. Wow, there's no way no one has traded the OTCs on here. But I guess it's possible. Especially last year. Last year, the OTCs weren't all that. You did the king. You, if you did okay, yeah. If you did okay, I heard. I haven't traded any OTCs in a long time now. But you guys know, like, doesn't that look like OTC action? Red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. Doesn't it look just like OTC action? When the freaking SPY looks like an OTC chart, it's possibly one of the most difficult times to trade it. Like hands down, easily one of the most difficult times to trade it. It's crazy. The king, that's crazy. When was it? In 2021. So my first broker that I ever had, and I'm talking about when I was in high school, like in 1999, 2000, 2001, something like that. Graduated in '02. So I had an account with Scott Trade. All right. First stock I ever invested in was Cisco. But Scott Trade got bought out by TD Ameritrade a few years back. And so I had, by consequence, a TD Ameritrade account. Never opened it, but because Scott Trade was bought out by them, I ended up having one. So I logged in there in 2021 and I had stupid. Looking at this freaking action. And I had an OTC stock on some sort of vape, like some sort of vapor play, like vaping. And and the thing was up like 300% or something like that. I only had like 100 shares or something like that. I made like 300 bucks and change. It was funny. It was just like I opened it up and I was like free money was sitting there from something I bought. I don't even know when, man. Probably bought that like in 20. I got married in. I think I got married in 2012, right? Doing math in my head. So I probably bought that like in 2009, 2010. That's funny. All right, guys. So maybe we're topping out here now, starting a reverse course. It's difficult trading, that's for sure. That 40-50 zone, sorry, that 405 zone is previous support, previous resistance. This is we drew this here. That's the level we're testing right now on the SPY. Let me show you. See, we're testing this line, which was previously a support zone on the SPY. This morning it was temporarily resistance, and now we're back up over it, and it's showing up as support. I'm telling you. Back to the chop. Unbelievable. There you go. Right off that level. Like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Good Lord. The king says, I need a good trade. I want to buy some eggs. Hey, yo, I got some eggs for sale, man. I got chickens. I got chickens in the backyard. I'll hook you up. I need a good trade too, man. This is ridiculous action, honestly. Like it's just not clean, man. It's not clean. It's difficult to pull the trigger. I think this cracks. I think it's weak. I think we crack. The problem is how much further are we going to go before we got a crack? It's just going to keep going. Wow, look at that move, guys. That's incredible. Well, the next thing that I can think of, okay, and we're far away from the level, is maybe we get a little rally here that takes us back to 408, and then we reject 408, and it turns into like an all-day slow grind back down to the lows. That's the only thing I can come up with, to be brutally honest. The easy trade is not here today. It's simply just not. So that easy trade is simply just not. Guys, yesterday I asked if anyone, I had I think one or two people yesterday that had gone through the courses. The courses. So I wanted to know if there was anyone else on the stream here today that's actually gone through the DTC courses. If there's anyone here in the stream that actually has gone through the DTC courses, just let me know. Type it in chat there. I want to see how many people here are from when we launched that. We continue pushing, guys. So yeah, type it in chat. I know there's always a little lag, and sometimes people get delayed because they don't realize you got to click the live thing or move your cursor all the way so that you get the live feed. Otherwise, you're always behind a few minutes, and worse yet, sometimes you're only behind more than that. Ghost Gamer went through it. Yeah. All right. Cool. You did too. Adam, me too. Avi, he did it last year. Yes. Castrom says he was new, but now he understands pattern. He went through the courses. All right, cool beans. Good stuff. All right. All right, nice. You guys liked it. You guys went through it. Okay. Well, the reason I brought that up, I wanted to know and confirm, is because for the weekend, we have 25% off the DTC courses. So here you go in chat. You got to use coupon code SAVE, so capital S, and then everything else lowercase, AVE 25. You get 25% off the DTC day trading courses. That includes the options courses, and it includes the swing trading course, it includes the short selling course, everything, the whole package, 25% off. All right, so any questions about that, guys, you just let me know. Watching and waiting here. At this point, I want to see 4080 get tested. We're at 4076 zone we tested. You know, maybe we can just get up there and double top. Otherwise, it's just going to be this wishy-washy, choppy action, and it's going to suck like big time. We're just holding on to VWAP for now on the SPY. Let's go take a look at Alphabet. Alphabet showing that general weakness here. But it is, you know, in front of that support zone. So even though that's a really nice looking bear flag, I couldn't go after it. I just couldn't bring myself to go after that because we are at a crucial support zone. And if for somehow the SPY reverses course gets back up to the highs, breaks out, this Google, this Alphabet should get itself back up here in front of 95. Oh, speaking of bear flags, earlier we saw one. Earlier we saw one on that penny stock, IBIO. There we go. We broke out of it. See that squeeze that happened? And that was right off what? Remember we talked about the level. We said watch those 145s, 150s. Previous support, previous resistance. Watch it for bounces off that level. And sure enough, that's exactly what you just got. All right, guys, so straight up we go there on the SPY still. I'm telling you, this is just like an OTC stock, 100%. It looks exactly like an OTC. I mean, honestly, what I would love to see happen here better than anything else would be for us to break the highs, rally it back to 408, and then reject that level. We could maybe get a little temporary pullback here off of a double top, and maybe that could be as high as it goes, especially since we've been straight up, right? But I would prefer to see a breakout, push 408s, spend the next hour pushing to 408, and then today after lunch, just fade it. Fade it back down to 405. That's what I would prefer to see, to be honest. So we'll see what it wants to do. We'll see if it gives it up. We got the protein shake in. Guys, any questions that you have? I'm going to give it another 10 minutes, see if we get a setup here. Any questions you have at all, throw them up in chat. Here we go. We're trying to break out here on the SPY. You're even getting a little volume increase. There you go. New highs in the SPY. Incredible. I'm not long or short anything right now, guys. Show you real quick here. There you go. I'm not long or short anything. Look at this. Are you kidding me? It's a V-shaped recovery. It looks just like a reverse pump and dump. We got dumped and then we got pumped. Crazy, man. Look at this. It's red, 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 red. Green, 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 green. Incredible. Incredible. Wall Street Shark. Price action, sure. Price action off of patterns and setups. Yeah, absolutely. But price actions price actions have to have a reason, right? In the case of a reversal like this, you would have needed a bounce back off of a crucial support zone. If we go to the daily chart, we bounced back. We violated briefly the 405 zone, and then we bounced back off of that. But I'm not just going to buy that, especially when I'm coming into the day with a bearish mindset. So if I'm here with a bearish mindset, that means I'm sitting here waiting for a bearish setup. There's a lot of traders out there that might, there's two types of traders out there that would have taken the setup, right? You have the people who are actually really good at being able to change their bias on an instant, right? And then you have people out there who are possibly just paper trading and they're just clicking mouse left and right without you even knowing. Okay, so you have those two types of people out there. You just never know which one you're looking at, right? So yeah, we briefly violated a crucial support zone on the daily chart, on the SPY, and on the ES. And then we regained it. That could have been a buy signal, absolutely. But I'm not going to just jump in there for a reversal, especially when reversals aren't my bread and butter. I've taken a few reversal trades here live with everyone, especially back in January, but that's not my bread and butter, so it's not something I would jump at. And I'm also not a machine gunner, so I'm not out here, oh, something moved a little bit and then bang, I'm in the position. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to stay where I know I have my edge. And then whenever I step out of that, there has to be really, really, really good reasons for it, like a possible reversal. And then I have to have come into the day with the expectation of a reversal. I was not expecting a reversal. I was not. I was expecting, let me see what chart we're looking at. Okay, I was expecting the sell-off, right? Bounce off of a support, and then rejection for continuation for another leg down. We didn't get the leg down, and then at that point, it's really hard for me to switch my bias because I'll short or I'll go long. It doesn't matter to me. I'm a trader, so I'm going to actively trade the patterns and setups. It's very difficult in a case like this one, in this scenario, for me personally to switch the bias now to long and then try to scalp that move to the long side because it's really a scalp. There's not much else there unless we go to 408. So that's my reason for not being long on the reversal. Yep, no problem. No problem. I love those type of questions, you know. There's people who will come and they'll troll it. They'll use that as instead of using it for a really constructive conversation between traders, they'll come in and they'll troll it. Oh, that was this awesome buy signal. Why didn't you get it? You don't know what you're doing. But no, like it's a good question. And I had an answer for it. So because, you know, I saw it now, I'm like, well, it was there, but it's hard to switch bias. For me anyways. There's some other traders that they'll switch bias a lot easier. You know, it is what it is. I'll watch and wait. And then the way I trade, absolutely Wall Street. The way I trade is very simple. I wait for my patterns and I wait for my setups. And of course, using price action to determine with them, you know, I'm watching volume specifically, and then I'll execute my trades, manage my risk accordingly. If my risk to reward parameters aren't there, then I won't take the trade either, you know? So I'd rather sit here and not take this trade and wait for a setup that I believe in, you know, that I think I'm still bearish on the day. This bounce back, I don't trust it. Like normally, I'll give you a good example, and maybe this will be a lesson for the crowd. Normally here, if I'm long biased, if I now truly believe at a minimum we're going to get back to 408, this pullback back down here into 405.50 would be something I would look at to get long in front of with a stop just underneath it, looking for this kind of action. So I would be looking for boom, right? Maybe something like this to happen, right? Consolidate a little bit, and then start our trek higher, right? We start our trek higher until we get up here. If I was able to now believe that this bounce back is going to be sustained, I don't believe it's going to be sustained. However, I'm not going to be hard-headed and say, you know what? I'm getting short. I'm getting short. Oh, it's going higher. It's just not going to sustain. I'm getting short. I'm not going to do that. That would be silly. Average up on that short all the way up to here. That's insanity. Because what if we get that? What if for no other reason in the world we get something like that, no rhyme or reason, and then bang, you just got destroyed. You know, maybe you didn't blow up, but you got hurt on the day, right? So what do I rather do? Well, since I don't believe this bounce back is real, is sustainable, I'll wait and see what happens. Do we get up here and reject so I can get short? Or do we get back down here and crack the day's low? If we crack the day's low, then what I'll do is I'll wait for a bounce back into that initial low from this morning, show me its resistance, bang, get short, write it down. All right, Mike, have a good one, brother. So that's basically, I just gave you guys an insight, and maybe I should have done this earlier, an insight on all the different what if then that scenarios that I'm looking at this morning, coming from the bearish standpoint that I have today. Yesterday I came into the day kind of bullish neutral, right? And then today I'm coming in completely bearish, but I'm not going to be hard-headed either. You know what I mean? Mike, have a good weekend, brother. All right, guys, let's go take a quick look. Tesla is trading sideways. Alphabet trading sideways here. Finding some VWAP resistance, guys. That one probably could still be a little short, but this opportunity here, you know, where you could bounce off that daily support zone we drew out this morning in pre-market. You have to be careful. Have to be careful there. The Q's showing some weakness here back under VWAP. The SPY on its way to test that VWAP zone still. Made a new high and now coming on back down. In terms on PA, this is where you'd go short. Oh, on price action. Gotcha. I wouldn't. I would have waited for the resistance zone up here to get tested and get short if we rejected, right? I need to see that bit. I know that you have to understand that I'm not a scalper either, right? Just because we made a new high and failed it, I'm not going to jump in short there. If my end goal is to just scalp a quick little drop back into VWAP, then yes. Yes, if that was my goal. But I'm not a scalper. I'm more of like a traditional day trader. So, you know, I'll be in a position for anywhere from a few minutes to an hour or two or even 3. I've been here where we've held a trade for almost an hour and a half live in the stream, and I'm just holding on to the trade. You know, why? Why am I still in the trade? Well, because my stop loss area hasn't hit and my final take profits haven't hit. So, oh, there you go. I answered the question without seeing I answered your question without seeing the question. So yeah, I'm not a scalper, exactly. So yeah. The price action wise, this was a bearish signal, but I tend to trade based off of larger time frames. I execute my trades on a 3-minute chart, but I base my trade ideas around longer time frames, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and daily charts. So yeah, hopefully that helps. I guess you're new, right? You're new, like not new to trading, but new here into my channel and like my style. You've probably never seen my stuff before. I got a lot of videos on the channel, man. There's my day trading recap section. Dude, I got like 500 videos on there. Probably like 375 of them are all live trades. Yeah, earlier today I said it. I said, guys, if you're a momentum scalper, today's a good day for you. So this right here is the equities chart, Wall Street Shark, and then over here we have the ES, because that's what I'm trading. Now I'll show you my trading chart. Here's my ES chart. Here's where I execute my trade. So when I'm in a live trade, this is the chart we go to. So you guys can see it as it unfolds. Guys, IBIO, as long as it doesn't crack the day's low, you gotta keep eyes on that one. That one could get squeezy later on this afternoon. And it's still early. It's only 1 hour into the day. You know, while we wait here to see if any setup comes for me, gonna go ahead and we'll do like a little lesson here. It's a little quick one, just 3 tips that I believe can help you become a better day trader, right? Tip number 1 would be to trade in a simulator. If you're new and starting to learn a trade in a simulator. If you think that you cannot implement emotions into the simulator trading, then try the prop firm route, like the prop firm that I've been trading with for a little while now, which, you know, you have the discount code that I've shared with you. So you can try the prop firm route. That'll give you some emotions because you want to pass so you can get funded, but definitely trade with some sort of training wheels on, right? The second tip would be to always make sure that when you're trading live money, when you graduate from the simulator or the prop firm evaluation account to your funded account or your cash account, make sure that you trade the same size you were trading within the simulator. Meaning, if you're in the simulator, you're not trading $1 million if you're not trading $1 million in real life, right? So exactly do that. That way you kind of keep those emotions in check, and it's an easier transition into trading real money. All right. And then the next tip, and it's possibly one of the best tips I can give anyone, is just because you're a day trader doesn't mean you have to trade every single day. If your patterns and your setups are not showing up for you, do not take a trade, because all you're doing is forcing trades and they're coming from outside your edge. And anytime you step outside of your edge, you're putting yourself in 50-50 chances at best. And for that, just go to the casino and have some fun. So those are top 3 tips I can give you guys. Been there, done that, Dan? I think we've all been there and done that, man. We learn from these experiences, guaranteed. Another one, don't switch strategies. Yeah, man. It's that shiny object syndrome, and it's perfectly fine at the beginning, but once you find the strategy that works for you, it could be, it could be just about anything. Some people think that the only way to trade is scalping at the bell. Other people think that the only way to trade is patterns and setups. And there's people out there who only think the only way to trade is by trading news in pre-market. The reality is, find which one works for you and stick to it. 200th trade of the day. Good Lord. What are you doing, man? Micro scalping? What do you trade, Wall Street Shark? I try my best to make, when I get a good trade on the ES, I try to grab, 10 points. Anywhere between 7 to 10 points per trade. That's what I try. Not trading AI, right? Oh, the NQ. Gotcha. High frequency trading. Gotcha. Roll, guys. The market had other plans this morning. And there you go. I still think at this point now, see how we rejected that high, came back down to VWAP, we bounced off that level. I think at this point now, it's almost expected that the SPY get itself up here, and then maybe we finally reject that level. We finally reject that level. If it does that, I think at that point you probably come back down here to 405.50. If we can finally get some weakness in here and make new lows, it's going to be difficult. I have yet to see a Friday so far recently over the last 3 or 4 weeks where we had a massive sell-off. Most Fridays have actually been somewhat of a rally. I think this market overall at the macro is still not listening. It's not hearing Jerome, right? He said very clearly, we will be considering raising that federal funds rate if the job market remains hot and if inflation remains hot, both of which have shown to be hot here in the recent data that came out. And the market yesterday, when Bernard spoke, he said, she said 50 basis points was on the table. Bang, the market threw up all over itself. And now this morning, we had continuation to the downside, but we're bouncing back a little bit stronger than I think we should have, But it might also set us up for what we talked about when we get the next FOMC meeting in March. If we're still up above 400, it'll give that much more of a nasty pullback when the Fed comes out and says, hey guys, remember federal funds rate was at 5.1? Yeah, we're going to move that sucker to 5.6. And then the market throws up all over itself. We'll watch and wait. Yeah, Dan. That's what it feels like. I think maybe we get that and we reject that level and we come on back down some. Oh, did you? Um, I already had my Cuban coffee. It's gone now, like the empty cup. I was gonna show you the empty cup. But you went to your meeting and my wife brought me the Cuban coffee and I was like, ah, yes. I was like, damn it, Dan's not here. I wanted to show it to you. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's 10:40 a.m. on a Friday. This market's not really giving me my type of setups, my go-to stuff. So I might start to pull the reins back here for myself because I'm having some trust issues with the SPY this morning, and not looking to get myself in trouble to end the week. I mean, it's been really like a neutral week. Made a couple bucks, nothing to write home about for sure. Um, we'll see what it does here against VWAP. In the meanwhile, if you have any last minute questions, throw them up in chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna start getting the stream ready so I can show you the link for Tuesday's stream because Monday the market's closed, so we won't be streaming. We won't be streaming on Monday. I've been considering, you know, maybe one of these days doing like a nighttime stream where we can do like some Q&As and have some fun. Maybe even do a raffle. But I don't know. Still a little bit away from that, I think. Maybe next month. Maybe we'll do it next month. You know what? Maybe we'll do it next month. Once the futures thing comes out, that handbook that I was working on, once we get that out, I think maybe we'll do that. Hey, Jay, my pleasure, man. Totally my pleasure, really. Definitely love it, you know, coming on here and talking with you guys. I mean, I'm going to do this anyways, right? I'm going to be here in the morning trading. I mean, it's freaking, I've been doing this for like 6-7 years. I don't even know how long. So if you guys are here to talk to, it's a little bit more fun versus just me here staring at the screen by myself. My boy Jonah is out there traveling across the nation. He's the one that sends the watch list every morning. I write it up and I send it to him and he emails it to all of you guys. The free watch list. Guys, if you're not on the free watch list, here you go. Wait, where is it? Free watch list. You can sign up for it here. That way you get the emails. If not, I would have told him, hey man, I'll teach you how to trade. We'll set up a desk back there. You can come over in the mornings. We'll trade. But yeah. Guys, I'm going to set up that stream for Tuesday. And I'll send you... You know what? No, it's too early to set up the stream now. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. That way, when we go live on Tuesday morning, 9:15 a.m., you'll be notified. All right? That way, you'll be notified. I told you guys, even today's view count is lower. Okay, nene. Mami, ahora no, papi está trabajando. Ahorita. Ven. Nene. Ve para allá, cierra la puerta. It's okay. Well, guys, that was my daughter. She's like, can we go outside? I don't even know what I was saying. I know I was saying something about Tuesday. We'll be streaming 9:15 a.m. So we'll be back 9:15 a.m. on Tuesday. I don't know what else I was saying, dude. This market, I want to. Dude, who was it? Was it the Beast? I haven't seen the Beast in a few days. I gotta send him a message. When I used to trade Tesla, like exclusively, almost every single day, I would trade Tesla, call options, put options. Whenever I get frustrated with Tesla, I was like, I want to find a Tesla and punch it right in the face. I want to punch the SPY right in the face. The S&P 500, bang, just boom. Choppy mess, bro. It's been for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, whatever. Tuesday, 9:15 a.m., guys. Oh yeah, I was saying the attendance. I told you this morning we'd probably see smaller attendance on the stream. Why? Because we got a long weekend ahead of us. And anytime we have a long weekend ahead of us, we tend to see volume dry up earlier than we normally do because everybody's just getting out there, getting ready for the long weekend, and that's what happens. So I'm not even surprised because you could see it. You could see it in the stream. You know, yesterday we had what, like 800 some viewers, 900. Today we've been floating 500-600. So you can see it, you know, and the market overall, you can see it. Look at the move on the SPY. Later, Jay. Have a good one. Oh, does she then? That's awesome. Wall Street Shark, have a great weekend, brother. All right, guys, have yourselves a great weekend. Get an early start. I'm going to keep watch here. After we end the stream, I'm still going to keep watch. If I catch a trade, I'll post up on Twitter or on the community section of the YouTube channel. All right, but I think that if I do catch a trade, it's going to be like a one and done, and I'm out of here. The spy can go to 400. I don't care. I'll see it Tuesday. All right, guys, I'm going to go enjoy some time with the family. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Peace.